into Ice and Death version 3 right now. We're gonna get going. There wasn't too much experience, only 2 base from the last mission, but we did get the extra 2 from our Obel and from our arcane research that was on Diana. So we turned that into 2 more points onto Azure Flame, so from 3 to 5, and then the other 2 points for Diana went into. Here, I'll just show you. Went into Counterspell, so this is another card that negates or cancels the token, and that triggers her ability. It basically turns any symbol into a pass because you remove the token entirely, except for the Red Squid of Doom. And then over here for Trish, we grabbed 2 Unearth the Ancients. So I was talking about this before. It's one of my favorite cards. I think it's very strong. In short, what it does is you take 2 cards in your hand and choose to commit them, or not commit them. Well, you will commit them, but you choose 2 cards in your hand. Those, once they are chosen, are considered to be chosen whether they're in your hand, discard pile, or committed to the test. So you then have to investigate equal to the cost of the asset. So, for example, if you were to pick Magnifying Glass, it would cost 1, and if you pick Dr. Milan, it would cost 4. So you would do a test of 5. But then you can commit each of them to the test, so they would give you +2, and then you have your base of 4, so you're 6 to 5, you're +1. And if you manage to put some other cards together, or maybe spend 2 money with Streetwise, you're able to then buy your way to a successful pass. So if you spend 2 money there, it's a way to shortcut, save yourself some time and money. And on top of all of that, you also get a clue because it's an investigate action. If it's a relic that you put into play, you draw a card. Conveniently, Aeon Chart is a relic. And I think that's the only one we have now, but that may change over time. So let's hop back into the game and let's figure out how to set up Ice and Death 3. We'll start by just clicking place here and seeing how much of that will be done for us. We've gone here into the checkpoint. We have decided to play, so we are going to move into Ice and Death Part 3. So I'm going to build the decks. Slide over here, so we've seen all of these. This is the one that's important. These 2 are for that. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. She has her card. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We need to change to the Game Master, so that's taken care of. We need to put the Tequili cards back in, so there was just the 1 here for Diana. We had gone through most of them, so that was pretty neat or fortunate for us. We rescued both of our people. Danforth still has a horror, and Cookie still has 3 physical damage. Alright, the Tequili deck comes over here, and we don't shuffle that because it's in the order of the things that were put back onto the bottom. I have not been tracking that though. Alright, so from here we're going to add a frost token to the bag. That's part of setup, which is fine because we had removed all the frost tokens, so now there's just the 1. Then we're going to hop into here. Each investigator's resources is their starting, so as the is the camp. So our camp was the Frigid Cave, which has a shelter value of 6. So we each get 1 additional money. So we'll be happy with that. Alright, let's hop back up here. We may choose another member of the team to be our friend. We can pick someone who was already there, but any damage or horror is permanent. Alright. Interesting. Alright, well, we have found that Takata was not very useful. I think Amy Kensler was useful for Diana, so we're going to grab her again. In the game where we had I guess part of why Takata wasn't great was because we had Milan on 1, and if we don't have Milan, we might need resources, so let's just grab it anyway. We'll grab Takata. So those are the 2. Alright, let's zoom back in here a little bit. Place damage and horror equal to the thing. I think there was 1 that's supposed to be on Takata. Let me come up here and check. So we'll go to state 2. Kensler and Takata each have a horror, actually. Okay, well, that's fine. Because they were taken, or they went missing, that's why their cards didn't transfer, like how I had them saved here on Danforth and Cookie. Alright, but we fixed that. Let's zoom back in. Gather all the cards. They're indicated by this. Search the encounter deck in all of the out of play areas. Remove each of these from the game. So all that's going to be taken care of for us. We're going to build the agenda with 7, 8, and Act 3. So here we go. 7, 3. All that's good. Okay, and then we're going to reveal all the ones that were revealed. So now we've revealed everything, so we can see everybody. Alright, so everything is revealed. And the clues go there. Find Seeping Nightmare enemies and spawn. Okay, so we have to spawn 2 Seeping Nightmares, which are here. So we're going to get 1, 2 of them. I'm sure the rest are going to go into the encounter deck, but we'll come over here and make sure we follow the rules of what's intended. Find the 8 Eidolons, shuffle them and place them beneath each Seeping Nightmare enemy that's in play, divided as evenly as possible. Okay? So we have these 2 that are coming into play. We're going to shuffle the Eidolons, then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You go on top of those, and you go on top of those. This I remember. Put clues on each revealed location equal to. That's done. Remove the remaining ones from the game. Oh, never mind. They don't get put there. They get sent over to the destroyed pile. Alright. We'll start at our camp. We're going to remove all of our clues from the camp. Shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards into the encounter deck. You are now ready to begin. Okay. So which is basically, this is probably the same thing, but just from scratch. So build a deck. Use the campaign, do this, do that. Alright, so the thing we need to do is find out where to put the Eidolons. Or sorry, where to put the Seeping Nightmares, and that's on the next page. So it's over here, Seeping Nightmares. We are camped at the Frigid Cave. So they go to Icebreaker Landing, then Snowgraves. Okay. So Icy Waste. Okay, Icebreaker Landing is going to get 1 set. And then I'm going to assume Snowgraves is the one down here at the bottom. Yeah. So basically as far away from us as possible. Spawn them first at, if we are at the Frigid Cave, which is where we are. Spawn them at Icebreaker Landing, then there. Alright, so we have taken care of all those things. Okay, so all we have to do now is take the clues off the main camp, put the Tequila cards into their appropriate decks, and go from there. Oh yeah, the Unearth the Ancients is so much better than the level 0. You are right. Anyway, alright, so this is all taken care of. We are set. I just have to take these 4 clues off of the Frigid Cave. At some point, we're going to just grab the clues and not the card. Eventually, I would have gotten frustrated and did the grouping trick, but alright. So those go away. We'll try to get this back into the spot. We are going to begin up here. And so it's mulligan time. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we can't have weaknesses. Oh, for those who tuned in last night and the original, so overzealous was our weakness in the first one. We had the mistake and we had leg injury in the second one. I would heavily prefer leg injury, but overzealous is definitely worse, so we put that back in. So we're going to get the joys of that. Alright. So we definitely want to keep this card. These cards are great, but we have this, and so we want to put these away so we can use this to get them. And while money is nice, we are looking for specific cards in the beginning. So, oh, okay. Well, that's not super great. We have the way to. We will make good tests, but we were hoping for some either Unearth the Agents or some more resources. So. We're going to see what happens in the beginning. We still have not translated our dream diary. It's been 2 missions and we haven't found it, so that's pretty rough. cards here for Diana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, we can't have that, so we'll take one more. Alright. We never keep this card unless we absolutely have to, and we don't have to because we have combat here. We're going to lean more on shriveling because it's repetitive, so we're going to put that away. How much doom is in the beginning scenario? Ooh, that's actually an interesting number. I think we're going to get value out of David, so we're going to keep him. We definitely want to keep this. This is one of the best cards you can have in the beginning. So yeah, we'll take 2 cards. 1, 2. Alright. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Alright. So our turns are done, are set up. We are at camp. Our goal here is to deal with the Eidolon's enemies. They are going to gain victory 0. The camp gains spend 4 clues to resign. If there are no Eidolon enemies in play, we can advance. And if each undefeated investigator has resigned, we could advance. When this agenda would advance, if there is at least one face-down card beneath the Sleeping Nightmare, instead of advancing it, remove 2 Doom from play and find the Sleeping Nightmare with the most cards, choose one, and spawn it at its location. Okay. And these guys are not hunters. They're going to stay where they are until there's no cards underneath them. Then they will become hunters. Okay. Alright, so I guess we're going to have Trish go first. Don't really want to use shortcuts so early, so we're just going to move. That's action 1. We're going to head over here to where there are clues. We like clues. They're nice to us. We're going to investigate this location, and we're going to play Practice Makes Perfect. So we look at the top 9 cards of our deck, and we look for a practice card. We have found at least one. And based on the things that are about to happen, I think... yeah, I think I want to grab deduction. So I would take aces if I had at least one more in my hand, but so early on I just don't want to have to deal with it. And having clues is usually a good thing. I don't see any way to use clues yet, though, so maybe I'm overvaluing clues. I don't know. I think I'm going to take deduction. I'm usually a big fan of the card, so we'll start there. Alright, we're also going to commit perception to the test, so we are 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe it's to 3. Yep, so we're plus 4. And we're going to test. We're going to pull this down, and we're going to pass. So we're going to draw a card from perception, put deduction into our hand, and we get 2 clues from the deduction. So we take 2 clues off the location and put them into our hand. Alright, so we know now that there are still 3 aces, another deduction, and another perception in the deck, so we're going to investigate again, and we're going to play Practice Makes Perfect. We're really looking for perception, preferably, because we want to draw more cards. But we don't know what we'll find. So we're looking for a practice card. I don't think... oh, we did. We found the perception. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to commit that to the test. So we end our search. And then we commit deduction. So once again, we're plus 4. We investigate. We still succeed. So we're going to get 2 clues. We're going to draw a card and put perception in our hand. And there's the Unearth the Ancients we were looking for. And those are our 3 actions, so that's pretty good. And then, as I said, we are going to grab both of these clues. So it's a pretty productive first turn for Trish. So now we're going to head over here to Diana. I wish we had left a clue for her, but that's alright. We're going to move 1, 2 to get down here. We're going to use... right? Oh no, this one's too hard. We don't want to do that. We want to go here. Sorry. Because the whole point of this is we're going to make a test. So we're going to use Amy Kensler to investigate, and then we're going to spend money to play Dark Prophecy. So we pull 5. We're going to choose the Cultist token. Since we canceled 4 other tokens, this gets underneath Diana, so we draw a card, get a money, get a willpower. We used a base of 5, we had -2, so that's 3, so we succeed. So we're going to grab another clue. And that's Diana's first turn. So from there, we're just going to go to Upkeep, looking for another resource. Hey, look, there's our diary. So as you can see here, we have 2 cards that we can commit to Unearth the Ancients. They're going to cost 4, and then we're going to have to pass the test. So we're going to do our best to do that. And then over here, we get Diana's turn. Alright, we get another card that's going to help increase our willpower, so we're definitely happy about that. We're going to put a Doom on the agenda, and I don't believe I shuffled, so we'll do that now. And we'll grab an encounter card. Right, 0 visibility. Whenever you leave a location with a treachery, you must spend an action. And then you can test agility to pass it. So we're going to put this over here. Normally, that might be a bigger deal, but we don't intend on having too much to do this turn, so we're going to get at least 1 shot to pass, and we can always use our counter spell if we pull a token that is a symbol, so we're pretty cool with that. So then we'll pull for, good old Ancient Evils. Alright, well, I thought we had more time, but the game laughs. So Ancient Evils has the extra text that we can cause the agenda to advance. So this says if there is a Sleeping Nightmare, we must choose one with the most face down, so there's a tie. Right now it doesn't really matter, so we're just going to pick this one. We're going to shuffle, 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 and we're going to spawn that one. Alright, so that's one of the little babies, and it has Hunter. So we can see here when it starts to move, it'll be 1, 2, 3 locations from Trish, and 1, 2, 3 from Diana, so it has both choices, but it's going to prefer the snowdrifts. Alright, and then we remove these 2 Doom, and we go again. Alright. Well, I was being a little cute with David, but apparently the game was not having any of it. Alright, so I think I'm going to move down here with Trish as action 1. As discussed, action 2 is going to be to play Unearth the Ancients, so I have to choose 2 Seeker assets. We're going to choose Aeon Chart and Dream Diary. They're both Seeker assets. And we're going to create the test. So the test is 2 plus 2 is 4. And so we have to investigate a test of 4, and we are currently even to that test. I'm going to choose to commit Aeon Chart to the test, so I'm +1, and then I'm going to commit Perception to be +3. Yeah. Okay, we succeed. That's a -3. So we draw a card. Of course we do. Which is actually convenient because we can get the clue, and then as part of getting the clue, we can use our ability and evade. So we're getting the clue from the Unearth the Ancients, Aeon Chart's coming into play, and Dream Diary comes into play. Alright. So that's our second action, and then as our third action, we're going to just grab the Essence of the Dream. I think it's a very good card to have in our hand, so we can translate this and get that train moving. Alright, so now it's Diana's turn. She's going to spend 2 to play Holy Rosary. That gives her a willpower. She's going to move down to keep her spacing so that the skittering nonsense still wants to come to her. And then we're going to use this opportunity to get our combat down, because we're going to want to be able to fight that skittering nonsense, so we're going to get our shriveling down. I'm waiting on David to a point where there's 1 Doom on the agenda, that way I can use him effectively. If I just put him down now, I won't be able to use him, unless another Ancient Evils comes, of course. But that's a future us problem. So Diana is down here at the Frozen Shores. Alright, so that's all. Oh, I have to then at the end of her turn make this test, so I am +1. I succeed, so it just goes away. Convenient. Alright, so let me go to Upkeep. There we go, we have our first ace, we just need 2 more for Trish. Upkeep over here, we have another cancel card for damage, that's going to be good. Doom on the agenda, and encounter cards. Alright, it's a willpower test. If there's a frost token revealed during this test, each one does a horror, and if you fail, I take 2 horror. We do have some horror soak in the form of our rosary, so we're probably okay to just make this test. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, we've hit a skull. So skull is half your shelter value rounded up, so this location has 2, so that's 1. So we would fail, but instead I'm going to play counterspell for 2, and I'm going to cancel the skull. And what that's going to do is go underneath Diana, give me another willpower, give me another money, and draw me another card. And then, so it's 1, 2, 3, yep. And then this gets, we beat the test, so we just move on. All right, and then over here is Trisha's card. There it is. All right, well, we have to do the one that has the most, so it'll be this one, and we'll spawn it up. I did forget to hunt, so we're gonna have him hunt. He should be here. So what do we get here? The Manifestation of Madness. Oh, this is the guy who puts Takili cards in your deck when he attacks you, so he's a problem. But he's up there, so we'll deal with him in the future. All right, well, that advances the agenda yet again, so we'll deal with that. All right, so we have a monster, and Diana's going to go handle it. So she'll move down here, grabbing a friend, and she'll fight it with Shriveling. So this is not upgraded, so it's just 4 to 2, so +2. We've taken one action so far. This will be our second, but it is not done yet. I am okay to plus. Yeah, I'm okay to just spend another action if I fail. We'll go +2. That's a pretty hefty chunk. Oh yeah, we're good. Great. So when this one gets defeated, we get the top card of the Tequila deck to our investigator. All right, and then we have one more action, and we're going to spend that action. Well, I've been waiting to play David. I really want to make sure I have money to play Dark Insight. So I'm gonna, even though, yeah, I'm pretty confident that we're not gonna hit a third Ancient Evils. I know, famous last words. So I'm gonna grab Resource, and the reason why is I want to be able to play Dark Insight in the Mythos phase, and then play David Renfield in the Investigator phase. And so I will get the money from Dark Insight in the upkeep to do that. So it should be work out. All right, so now it's Trish's turn. There's not too much here for Trish to do. Like I said, the clues don't seem to be super valuable. I don't know why there's no clues on this location, though. There should be 4. Right? Yeah, we haven't gotten any clues. I don't know where they are. They underneath? Yeah, okay. That's weird. Sometimes things spawn in weird ways. Alright. So Trish will move down here as action 1. As action 2, we're going to investigate. We're going to commit Essence of the Dream, so we're 6 to 1, so we're +5, and then we're going to spend 2 money with Streetwise to be +8. That way we can be succeeding by 3 or more. We do, so we have interpreted the dream, so we're going to head up here, go back to state 1, and then Trish has interpreted the dream. So all that really means is that now we can upgrade the dream into the one that, if you remember from the last campaign, well, there's a couple of different ones. There's one for cards in hand, there's ones for shroud value, and I think the other one is for if there's a monster. I don't remember the third one, to be honest, but I'll double check it before we play. The game is afoot. So that was move and then investigate. And then I'm actually just going to grab the dream back. I really want to have cards that are valuable for tests. And I don't know what's going to be coming out, so that's that. So that's all 3 actions for Trish. Then we go to the monster phase. This will hunt. And then we go to upkeep. We love the boots. Alright, we got both of our clue assisting cards, so that's going to be helpful. Alright, Doom on the agenda. Here we go. What are the odds we hit Ancient Evils? We're together now, so we can play the Dark Insight for value. -1 to each. Alright, we don't care too much about that, so we're going to let that sit. We're going to hope to find something here to shuffle away. If there are no Sleeping Nightmares in play, it would gain Surge. Otherwise, find the closest one. And if there are cards beneath it, choose one and spawn it there. If there are no cards beneath it, it moves and attacks. Alright, so that will speed up the game. So instead, we're going to play our Dark Insight. So that takes 2 resources. It goes underneath us, it gets us our money back, and draws us a card when we use our reaction. And then instead of getting discarded like Ward of Protection, it just gets shuffled back in, so we can draw it again later. But as you see, we're starting to build up a nice pile of cards. We are somewhat missing our weapon, so the prepared for the worst that we mulligan is feeling a little bit worse, but we've managed to draw it naturally each time for a while, so hopefully that happens. Okay, Diana does have take the initiative, so we're going to let her go first, although I don't think we're going to be using it in this one. We're going to spend 2 money to play David Renfield. Then we're going to use David Renfield to put a Doom on him and gain a resource. When he has Doom, we get Willpower, so that's good. Then we're going to gain a resource, and then we're going to spend it and play 6 cents. So we are set up to clue or to fight. We have some backup fight and some backup extra stuff. She is very well set up. We're going to head over here to Trish. Trish is also still setting up a little bit. So what we're going to do here is draw a card. We're going to be looking for Dr. Milan, hopefully. Didn't find him, but Shortcut's a nice tool. We'll draw again. Okay, we love Easy Mark. And then with our final action, we're going to play our Hiking Boots, because we want to get as many stats as possible. Yeah, so things are looking up. Alright, so from there, we'll go to the monster phase. This monster will hunt. Then we'll go to the upkeep. Okay, there we go. Test willpower for each token revealed. Oh, sorry. So this happens as well at the same time, so this might matter. No, it's not going to matter. Okay. For each one taken. Okay, so we're testing willpower. We are -1. Going +1. Yeah, let's go. Let's go +1. Let's check over here and see if we have any cards. So this is terrible now. This would be +0, so we're not going to consider that. We'll go +2. I feel like +2 is a good chunk of the bag. Half the shelter value of the location is 4, so that's +2, so we pass. Cool. So that's the first one. Now I have to draw a second one. Oh, hey, look, that looks familiar. Alright, so this one's from the closest one, so it's going to be here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And... oh, it's the little guy again. Cool. Alright, so that goes away, and now this goes away. Alright, and that was the upkeep step, so now we go to the Mythos phase, where we put a Doom on the agenda, we resolve this, and then since this one has less, we'll take from here. That's another Manifestation of Madness, and then we go to encounter cards. So we're going to go like that. This one says Test Willpower, where it's the shelter value, and if you fail, you must do one of the following 3 things. Well, the shelter value here is only 4, so we'd be +2 to that test. I'm pretty confident in our ability to pass it, so let's just test it. +2. Yeah, we pass. Good job. Alright, then we're going to test over here. Arctic Wind. Attach to the nearest location. Oh, sorry, this goes away at the end of the round. Attached to the Arctic Wind. You cannot play cards or draw cards from your deck while at this location. Alright, no big deal. Well, it looks like we have 2 choices. Nothing here says that this monster will not engage me if we move into the Snowgrave, so that seems like a bad idea. So what we're going to do instead is have Diana go first. She'll go up here and meet a friend. So they'll hop along. That's action. Oh, I didn't look at my money situation. Oh, I made choices and they were bad. How much does this cost to fight? Okay, so we're going to get a money. Then we're going to move into here. He's going to engage us. Then we're going to spend 2 money and fight with Spectral Razor. So we add our willpower to our combat to get 9. So we're +6. That's -3, so we succeed. And this does 3 damage because it's not elite, so it dies. This card is super powerful. It's one of my favorites. Alright, so that's all 3 of Diana's actions. Unfortunately, she's out of money, but sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. For Trish, again, getting clues doesn't seem super valuable. We just need to have 4 clues to be able to advance. We have 6, 7 already, so we're pretty clued up. I could investigate this location, but I don't think that's going to do anything for us. So instead, I'm going to just move here to avoid the hunter that's coming out next round. I'm going to draw my Eidolon back, and then I'm going to draw a card. Alright, now we got 2 aces, so if we just get 1 more, we can auto-pass, get money and cards, and that'll set us up really well. We still have our Aeon charts, but we don't have a reason to force using them, so I'm not pressuring them. So we moved, we did the Eidolon, sorry, not Eidolon, we did the Essence, and then we drew a card. So from there we have 7 cards in our hand, so that's good. We'll go right to the upkeep, or sorry, monster phase. Skittering Nonsense will move up, as I said. The Manifestation of Madness will move over here, and we will go to the upkeep now. Another Unearth the Ancients, so we're looking for more assets to potentially play. So Milan would be one, but there are some other ones. So we're just, again, looking for ways to cheat the turn economy. Upkeep over here. There's our weapon, so now we don't care about that prepared for the worst that we lost earlier. Doom on the agenda, 1 of 2. Then we go to the encounter cards over here. Alright. Test agility 3 for each. So it's the penalty here is damage. Damage isn't too severe, so we're just going to take it. We'll test it even. We could take the initiative, but we're really looking to use deny existence here to block the damage. So we're just going to test. But we pass, so there's no damage to block. Ha ha ha, game. Alright, over here, test willpower, where it's the shelter value of our location. So this one's pretty high, it's actually 7. So we're likely going to either have to take horror, put clues. Oh yeah, we're probably going to be putting 2 clues on our location, and we'll just get those back. So let's just test with the expectation of failure. We have failed, so we just take 2 of the clues and put them on this location. I guess that's a reason to get clues, huh? Alright. So we don't have another Spectral Sickle in our hand, so we don't have a good way to deal with the guy above us. Oh, this goes away at the end of the round. We do know that the agenda is going to advance. I forgot that when Daniel lost the Doom, we lost willpower, but we're going to take it back right now anyway, so we get another resource. So Diana's going to move down here. We're going to get engaged by the Skittering Nightmare. And we are 6-2, so we're +4. We're going to use a Shriveling Charge. We're going to fail, and then when we fail with this, we take a horror, but we're going to use Deny Existence to block that horror, gain a willpower, draw a card, and get another resource, and then we're going to Shriveling again. So this time we're going to take the horror, but the shelter value here is 4, so half of 4 is 2. So 5-2, we still pass. So this will die. We are down to 1 charge, so we need to start looking for some more combat, although we can use this to fight using our willpower, so that's not the worst plan. Well, I think we don't want to stay here. Our hand's a little full, so we're going to use our shortcut to move down. The reason we don't want to stay here is that the shelter value is so high, and the manifestation is going to come down from hunting. Over here, the shelter value is only 4, and it's very easy to get these clues, so we're pretty happy about that. And by shortcutting, we don't use an action, so that frees up a card in our hand. So now we're going to draw a card, looking for a resource. Deduction's not a bad find. Sure, let's investigate. We want to get some cards out, so let's throw deduction to it. So we're 5-1, so we're +4, and we'll grab 2 clues. Okay. If we draw another card, that's not going to help us because we're going to go over the limit. Why don't we use Eon Chart to investigate this location? We're +3. We succeed, that's only -2. Then we can use our boots to move up. And then here we can investigate, and we're +2, and we'll commit Essence to be +4. Alright, we succeed. Kind of playing with the fruit a little bit. Just want to get as many clues as I can while it's, I'll say free, but easy to do so, and I don't want to overload my hand here. Alright, so then we go to the monster phase. As I said, he hunts. We'll go to upkeep. Alright, we have 2 easy marks, so that's pretty good. If only we had our Dream Serum, that would be pretty nice. And then we'll come over here and get another card. Now, in the past we had been using David Renfield, but I noticed the other night that the player window is before it readies, and there's not another window after until the mythos is checked. So we were mistakenly using David extra in the upkeep. So I'm not going to be doing that, in case you're wondering why. So we're going to put a Doom on the agenda. We're going to advance. There's 2 here, and there's 2 here, so now we get to choose. And since our friend here is on top of us, I just want to make sure that we have some time to get another one. So over here, we found a Glacial Phantasm. At the end, okay, so this guy's going to move twice as a hunter, and then at the enemy phase... Oh, sorry, he's not a hunter, but he'll move like one, and then he'll do some nasty stuff with Takili Lee cards. Alright. Oh, and I moved Diana when I did the test, but it was actually Trish that moved. At the end of the enemy phase, if it's ready, move it once towards the location and player order they get. Yeah, okay. So that's done. So now we'll draw an encounter card. There's Ancient Evils. Well, I didn't get a chance to play my blade yet, so that's going to happen. Put a Doom on the agenda. We have suffered all three of them. So since we know that's happening, we're going to put a Doom on David and get a money. Because we're going to advance next turn anyway. Then we'll draw over here. We're going to make an agility test. We're +2. The penalty is damage, but we're okay with just testing at +2, so that's fine. So the shelter value of this location is 2, so we should divide that by 2 to get to 1, and we pass. Nice. Alright, so that's all of the encounter cards. Well... Alright, I definitely want to play the blade. I'm tired of not having access to the cards underneath me. They're very strong. That means that if we go up here, we're not going to be able to kill that monster. So instead, we're going to play Safeguard and get money. So now we're going to have Trish move down. Trish will move back up. Yeah, back up. And then Diana can Safeguard her way out. It's a cheesy way to get Safeguard and play a turn early. It costs us. We'll use an Aeon chart. We don't really need to worry. We'll just move twice. Actually, I'll use a shortcut. I'm trying to get cards out of my hand here. Let's draw a card. Okay, that's great. We have 7, so we don't want to draw another one. Let's play Easy Mark. So we get 2 money and draw a card. That's perfect. We'll react with Easy Mark. We'll get 2 money and draw a card. Alright, so we have 1 asset. Let's see if we have a second one in the deck. I don't remember if I have another one that's not in play yet. So let me just pull this. Oh, we have the magnifying glass. Okay. And we have death. Okay, so there's still 2 more cards that we can do. Plus we have this guaranteed test, so we can use it for combat on Trish. And we have this free evade too, which is pretty neat. Alright, so from there we'll go to the monster phase. This will move down. This will do upkeep. There's our Dream Enhancing Serum, also another asset I wasn't thinking about. Upkeep, there's the 4 of Cups. Doom on the agenda, advances, and then... Oh, sorry, he would have moved once as well. Yep, and then because of that, we need to do this. Alright, another one of the little ones, so that's good. Alright. So we did all this, we did all that. We're at encounter cards. Okay, well, people at this location are going to be weaker, but we're not going to stay here, so that's fine. And a card for you. Attach to the nearest location with at least 1 clue, also this one. If you get the clue here, you have to discard all the cards in your hands, so probably not going to do that. Alright, so I think we're going to have Diana go first. Her actions are all spoken for, so she's just going to move in, grab this. We're going to use our shriveling. Ooh, wrong spot. It's going to go over here. So we're +4, so we're just going to fight. We succeed, so it's going to take 2 damage. And then we're going to use our Twilight Blade to fight and use our willpower instead. So again, +4. It's -2, so it'll succeed. And so we moved, we fought, and we fought. So now Trish is going to go. She is not going to get this clue because she doesn't want to give up her whole hand. So she's just going to move down here. And then, based on the way the map's going, we're all going to move up here. So Trish is going to move up, and then Diana's going to safeguard to avoid being attacked by the skittering nonsense. So that's move for Trish. And then while she's here, she's going to play Unearth the Ancients. So that costs 0 money. We're going to choose 2 Seeker assets. We're going to choose Dr. Milan and Dream Enhancing Serum. So 4 and 3 is 7. And normally that would be difficult, but we're going to commit our 3 aces to the test and have all the value ever. So what's going to happen is the 3 aces are going to remove themselves from the game, because that's what they do. They're going to give me 3 money. I'm going to draw 3 cards. We're going to put Dr. Milan into play. We're going to put Dream Enhancing Serum into play. We're going to get this clue. Right, so we passed the test, we did all the things. Great. That seems convenient. Yeah. Oh, and then since Milan's in play, we get this, and that was a successful investigate, so we can gain a resource. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. We just need to control the combat still, which is going to go seemingly well. All right. So that's all 6 of our actions for both of us. So then we're gonna go to the monster phase. This guy's gonna hunt, and this one's gonna hunt. Conveniently, it could go both ways because we're equidistant. So as a general rule, I like to space out the monsters. So I'm gonna put it this way because we intend to move back down here to fight this guy. From there, we're gonna move to our upkeeps. Grab that. Oh, another Aeon chart. Well, we should start using those tokens a little more. And combat spell. Perfect. Right on time. Everything's looking up. We're going to throw a Doom on the agenda, and we're going to do encounter card. Alright, so if we get clues here, bad things. Once again, don't need to get clues, so we can just ignore that one. Oh, this died at the end of the round, not the clue one. Alright, the clue one is permanent. Yeah, until you trigger it. And then this one. So agility test. So we're pretty confident that that's going to happen. And we're not worried about spending extra actions, so Trish can just wait here for a turn and do more setup type stuff, so that's fine. Or maybe we'll just spend the extra action. I don't know, we'll figure it out. We don't need to waste cards dealing with that. So Diana will go first. She'll move into here. Or actually, she has the Azure Flame now. Yeah, but I don't need to use it here. We're just going to fight twice with our blades, so we're +5. 1, 2, that's enough. When this guy dies, we get the top card of the Tequila Lee deck into our decks and shuffle it in. So move, fight, fight. So Trish is going to move. We're going to use our Aeon chart to do the move, but it's not a move action. This says whenever you move with a treachery, you must spend 1. So instead of spending 2, we're just going to spend the 1. So we're getting over to here. This guy is down to 1, which is pretty neat. Maybe we'll go in there next turn. There's 1 Doom on the agenda, so we're going to be advancing. So Daniela first would have, or either way, or Diana rather, can do this. I keep forgetting to put this on, but I would have done it before fighting. So Trish has 2 actions remaining. I guess we'll use 1 to grab the dream back. Oh, we drew this last turn. We messed up. That's okay though. And then we'll use the last one to play Easy Mark, because we know the other 2 are gone. There's the magnifying glass, so as a fast, we'll throw that down. Alright, so that's all of our turns. So now the monster will hunt. Once again, it's equidistant, so we're going to have it go this way. And then we're going to do... Oh, and then I have to make this test. So I am +3. I fail, so that's going to stay in play. Alright, upkeep. There we go. And upkeep. Alright, good cards. Doom on the agenda, that advances. So there's 1 here, and there's 1 here, so we're going to flip this one. It's another Glacial Phantasm. Right? Yeah, that's fine. Actually, no, I should do this one. I should do the one that's closer, because that way... Well, if I go in there while it's moving, it's got 6 fight, or 6 I chose this one, so we're just going to deal with it. Alright. So then we do encounter cards. Agility test. The penalty is damage, which we'd love to take, so we're going to test. We'll pass once again. The game loves to be tricksy and punish us for passing. And then this does not have that, and then as additional cost to enter or leave, you must make a test. If you fail, you discard this and take a damage in a horror. Well, that will also cost us extra actions because of 0 visibility, so we're probably not going anywhere. 1, 2, 3, we're going to play Death Down. I guess we draw a card, and we draw a card. These 2 match, so Dream Enhancing Serum will draw another card. So we drew, they matched, so we drew again. I guess we'll use Takata to get 3 money. Like, what could be worse, right? There's a reason why we have him. Her, rather. Might as well. Then we'll make this test +3. We'll pass. Alright, over here, 3. We'll play the 4 cups. We'll get a resource. And we'll play Azure Flame, throwing away the shriveling. Alright, so that's our 3. We'll go to the monster phase. This one hunts this way. This one hunts that way. And then we do upkeep. So since our deck milled out, we need to take a horror. We'll put it on Dr. Milan over there. And then upkeep over here. I thought I clicked that, but alright. Alright, that's a great draw. So not necessarily for this guy, but for anyone who's got a odd number of hit points, 3, 5, something like that. It's a very good way to deal that damage. Okay. If we defeat Seeping Nightmare, we'll get rid of all the cards on it. That's pretty good, actually. Maybe we do that. Maybe we try to go kill that before it plays this last guy. That sounds reasonable. Sure. Let's go give it a shot. Well, it could have victory on it, and we're doing so well. I think maybe we just play. Yeah, alright. Doom on the agenda, and encounter cards is where we are. Right, because he hunted, yeah. Attached to your location, if you stay here, you take a direct damage. Okay, well, we won't be doing that. And this stays until someone either fails or takes it, okay? And then over here, attached to your location, take 2 damage now. So definitely don't want to stay here. Alright, so we have 2 choices. We can go up and fight this guy. The problem is once the last card comes off, it's going to gain Hunter, so both of them are going to be hunting. So I kind of want to deal with that. So I'm going to have Trish move in first, and then Diana's going to safeguard. But because Trish moves in first, the Nightmare will engage with her. So what we're going to do here is we're going to evade to start with that. So we are currently 5, or actually we can do break-in and entering. Let's do that. That sounds like a way more fun idea. So we'll spend 2 money. We're going to play breaking and entering. We're going to, so we move down. Actually, we're going to move, oh, we have so many things to do. I'm shortcutting too much. All right, Aeon Chart moves us down. When we move, we have to make this test. We are +3 to this test. We pass, so that doesn't matter. Diana's following, and so she's going to commit, take the initiative to be +4, and she passes. So this stays there because we both passed. That's the moving. I have now sufficiently not cheated. Now we're going to try to evade. We add our agility to our intellect, so we're investigating 10 to 3, so we're +7. Let's throw deduction on because we don't need to not. So we'll be +8. Of course we won't. So that's a fail. So we'll spend 2 money. So we Aeon Charted down, then we investigated. Oh, Aeon Chart's a fast, so we can just do this again. So do this again. Once again, +7. Okay, so we're good. So we're going to be able to get a clue. We can automatically evade the Nightmare. And then with Trish's ability, we can get a second clue. So we will. I probably should have committed the quick thinkings, but I didn't think about it. But what we can do is play the other Aeon Chart, throw that down, and then use it to investigate. So we are 5 to 3. We'll go 6. We'll go 7. We'll go 8, 9. So we're +6. We succeed, so we get 2 actions back. Oh wait, is this 1 per test? Once per round, sorry, so I can only do that once, but we'll still get the actions. We'll get 1 action back, but we'll get the clue. Yeah, alright. And then we'll investigate again, I suppose. We'll spend 2 money, and we'll pass, and then we'll play Crack the Case, so we'll get 3 money, and we'll grab the last clue. Just covering all our bases here. Alright, so now it's Diana's turn. She's going to use her Azure Flame. She's +4, so she hits. She fails. Okay, well that changes all the math. So we've used 2 charges. We are going to advance. Oh, I forgot to use Renfield again, but that's fine. I guess I should have punched. I don't know. I wasn't thinking well. Alright, well, we probably just still need to Azure Flame again, so we'll do that. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't have done it. I could have attacked with Trish, I guess, but that seems wrong. Alright. Nothing we can do when we hit the auto-fail, right? Okay, so from there, we go to the monster phase. This will hunt down, and this will hunt down. This has an ability that, in player order, each investigator at its location or connecting location takes the top card of the Tequili deck. So this one will go into Diana's deck. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And this one will go into Trish's deck. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Alright, and then this monster will ready in the upkeep. We'll have it go over. Of course, it's the top card. Yeah, it's not as if I had a gigantic thing here. Take one horror. Well, there could be worse things happening right now. We will take a horror. And then this goes to the bottom of the Tequili deck. Alright, and then we drew another one of these, so that's good. Alright, and then we go to the Mythos phase. Zoom on, agenda. So this is gonna show up. And it spawned at this location, so we decide who it goes to. We're gonna give it to Trish. Alright, so from there, we're gonna do encounter cards. Alright, so moving out of here also has the hazard, and then encounter cards. You cannot play cards or draw cards from your deck here. Alright, well, everything's coming up, not Millhouse. Okay, alright. How do we do this in a good way? Probably not well. So the first thing we're going to do is have Diana go. She's going to throw her last Azure Flame at the Seeping Nightmare, of course. Right on time. So then she's going to use her Twilight Blade. And her Twilight Blade. Ow. Alright, yep, so we did. It does not have victory, so when it is defeated, remove the face down cards. Yep, never mind. We hit the star, so we get any one of these back. We're going to grab Dark Insight because we can't find our Ward of Protections. Although it is a little late now that, I guess I could have, no, I could have used the Twilight Blade, but I didn't. Alright, that was our 3. So now it's Diana's, or, Trish's turn. Well, the problem is this is a Haunter, and we didn't keep our shortcuts from before. So I guess we're going to just evade it. What is it, 1 and 1? Oh wait, we would definitely give this to Diana as well, because we can investigate this location and use... But I have to be able to discover clues, and there's no clues here. Never mind. Alright, so we'll do this. So it's +2. I don't really want to... Alright, I know what we do. We do evade, and we spend the money, so we get +4. So we're 9 to 3 is +6. So we still succeed by 2, so we meet this condition, so we haven't spent any actions. We are going to use our Aeon chart to move out. We have to now test. We are +3. We pass. Diana's going to try to safeguard her way up. She is +1. She'll go +2. She passes. Okay. So when we get up here, we moved in first, so this has to engage us. So we'll evade this as well. Okay, that's +3, so that happens. That's our second action. Our first action was evading the other monster. Okay. And this will engage us, but not... I don't want them to be together. I can't... I have evaded twice. I can't get another action. Oh, I got the quick thinking. I got an action back, right? I evaded, but I got it back. I Aeon charted up, I evaded. Yeah, okay. So I'm good. So yeah, I will move up here, and then I will evade this one. I am +3. I will spend 2 money to be +6. And I have successfully evaded them all. Okay. So from there we go to the monster phase. All of the monsters are exhausted. Oh, he would have been a hunter. Oh no, I messed this up. He would be here. He would be here. So then maybe I don't do this. Or I evaded him instead. Sure. Okay. Yes, and then I can do that to get away. Alright. So that's the monster phase. So this one's gonna hit. It hits for 1 and 1, which we will take. 1 and 1. And then it is currently engaged, so that's fine. But it will give each investigator at its location and a connecting location the top card of the Tequila deck in player order. It doesn't say anything about who it's engaged with, so the top one goes to Diana, and the next one comes here to Trish. All right. So that looks like all of those things. Oh, I did leave this location. I have to test this. So I passed that test as well. Okay. Oh, and then these discarded at the end of last round. Okay. That's everything. So we're at upkeep now. That card's good. That is significantly less good. Let's find out when we draw a card, then we check hand size. What does this say? Play when investigator location draws an encounter card or a weakness. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So we're gonna spend 2 money to shuffle this back into my deck. So now we've got 4, 5, 6. We don't have this one, so this is accurate, but we'll get a money back and draw a card. Okay, whew. That would have been a real rough draw there, timing-wise. Alright, Doom on the agenda, and encounter cards. Oh, sorry, the monster's ready, so this one will come here, this one is here, and this one is here. In order to advance, we just need to get rid of all of the Eidolon enemies. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when he readies, he'll become her friend as well. All right. So now we're at we put a Doom on the agenda. We're at encounter cards, yeah. Alright, test your location without this. Whenever one or more cards from the Tequila Lily deck will be shuffled, immediately resolve it and then put it on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we don't want to be doing that unless we have to. And then over here, what do we got? If there are no Sleeping Nightmares in play, this gains Surge. Otherwise, find one nearest to an investigator. If there are one or more cards beneath it, spawn it. If there are no cards beneath it, it moves and attacks as if it was the enemy phase without exhausting. Well, unfortunately, there's nothing that we could do about that. So it's just going to happen. It's already engaged. So she's going to take 2 and 2. It's not ideal, but I guess that's what's happening. You know what? I think Dr. Milan would like to take 2 of them, because I believe we have another one. Yeah. Alright. So that happened. We get attacked by this one. And now it's our turn to play. Unfortunately, we're out of combat. And we need some space. We do know that the Spectral Razor is going to be really good against that one, but we don't have a way to be effective against this one right now. So we're going to play it to solve some problems. So Spectral Razor, you're going to be 10 to 4 is plus 6. We're going to hit for 3 because this is non-elite. And then we're going to use our Twilight Blade, 7 to 4. We're going to commit Guts, so we're plus 5. We succeed and draw a card. And then we are going to attempt to leave the location. Sorry, so this is dead. So we're going to move up here. So in order to do that, we have to make this test. We are plus 1 to that test. Sorry, so we fought, and now we're doing this test. We're just going to test plus 1. Alright, that's a minus 3, so we're failing. And we discard the top 3 cards and draw each weakness. So 1, 2, 3. There are no weaknesses. And then when this happens, we cancel the effects of the move. We take a damage and a horror, and we discard this. So this goes away. And then we take a damage and a horror, but we can cancel up to 2 of that, so we will. We get 2 resources from that, and then when we use our reaction, we get another resource, and we draw a card. We can use this each phase. Yeah. But yeah, so we can use this each phase. So even though we used it in the Mythos phase, we can use it now. So that's good. We've used all of Diana's actions. She's in a not great spot, but we're going to try to fix that with Trish's turn. So Trish now gets to play her super cool special signature card. After your turn begins, disengage from every enemy engaged with you, and until the end of the round, enemies cannot engage you, and I cannot deal damage. Well, that's just fine and dandy with me. So we're going to discard that. We're going to move on down to here, and then we're going to move up, and Diana's going to use her safeguard to come along for the ride. So that's 2 actions, right? Move, move. This is a fast, which is even more fair and balanced, right? Then we're going to investigate this location. So we are 5 to 2, so we're +3. We're going to succeed. When we succeed on an investigation, we can use our boots. Actually, we would have used Aeon Chart to do that investigation because we want to play our Soak back. Sorry, but because I would have played Milan first, so that's what I'm trying to do. So we do that, we do that. All of this is good. We pass. I forgot I had the magnifying glass too. So that's all of our actions, and then we use the boots, so we move up to here. The reason we're moving here as well is to be equidistant from these guys, so we can split them up. I don't like having monsters together. It makes them much more difficult to deal with. So since there's 2 spaces to here and 2 spaces to Diana, we can split these 2 monsters onto the different path. Now, obviously, this guy's going to hunt up, so we're going to have 2 together, but we can figure that out. Part of the glory of this map is how spread out everything is, so it gives you a chance to play a little better. Alright, so all that's... Oh, actually, I should have played Practice Makes Perfect on that investigation as well. We're looking for Perception in particular, which was there. Great. So when that's finished resolving, we draw another card from the Perception, and then the Perception comes back to our hand. Okay. Oh, when I played this, I got another one. I forgot to take that. Right? It's 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. Is this correct? 1, 2, and 5 is 7, so it's not. Okay. And we're about to advance. Yeah. So let's grab another money from David. He's been doing some pretty good work over there, getting us lots of money. We haven't had a chance to... oh, we got this clue when we investigated with everybody. Okay. This stuff is all taken care of. We are now going to go to the monster phase. We're going to bring the Sleeping Nightmare up. We're going to bring the Glacial Phantasm down. We're going to bring the Manifestation up. And then when this is next to Diana, she gets another Tequila Lee card. And basically, as I did in the first mission, I'm really trying to stack all of the Tequila Lee cards into one deck, so that way we can grab Danforth and turn that into a draw engine. So that's all of the monster phase taken care of. So now we go to the upkeep. Okay. Diana's definitely, or not Diana, Trish is missing her combat cards. I took the backstab out and I'm regretting it a lot. Discard an asset you control. Okay, well, there's one that doesn't do anything, so that's fine. Place this on the bottom of the deck. Alright. Alright, so that was the upkeep. So we put a Doom on the agenda, which is going to advance us. And since there are no Sleeping Nightmares in play, we must then advance. Add a Frost token to the bag. So now there's 2, so there is a chance for the autofail. In player order, each investigator gets the top 2 cards of the Tequila Lee deck into their... Okay, so these 2 for Diana, and these 2 for Trish. Alright, well, Danforth's looking to suddenly have a whole lot of extra value next round. We started this mission with 15 cards in the deck, and now there are 6. Alright, we have 6 turns to deal with the assorted problems in front of us. Okay, so now it's encounter card time. Alright, if you would get Tequila Lee cards, it's really bad, so don't. Oh, hey, I wasn't paying attention. So Easy Mark would have gotten discarded. Perception wouldn't have been in my hand, and they drew deduction off of the Perception, and this would have gone away. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so this is here, that's there, that was Diana's, and now we're on Trish's. Test willpower. We can't do anything about that, so we're just going to test. We are -1. We fail by 2, and we get a Tequila Lee, but the bad one for that is over there, so it's just going to get shuffled in. It's going to be what it's going to be. And then it's to horror. Well, by Dr. Milan. How we knew ye. I'm just trying to not get too close to this in case there's direct horror, and I don't want to put more on Toccata just because it's static and it doesn't heal. It doesn't go away. Alright, so that's all of these. We have too many monsters in the same place, so that's not good, and we can't deal with either of them easily, so instead, Diana's gonna draw a card. Of course. Take 1 horror. We're gonna use our blade, we're gonna block it. Gonna get a little sillier, but we're gonna get money. Alright, then we're gonna draw another card. And then we're going to move away because there's too many bad guys in one spot and we don't have combat to deal with them both. We're specifically looking for the upgraded Azure Flame. It's tier 5, so if we find it, we're in pretty good shape. Oh, and we lost another one because David, right? So it's 1, 2, and 4, 6. Oh no, we are at 7. That's right. Okay. So then Trish is going to need to move into here and get engaged and then evade. So she's +2. We'll go +5. We succeed. And then fighting doesn't seem to make too much sense right now. So, because it's 3, right? We're -1 and we have no way to change that. Getting a clue here doesn't make much sense, so we're going to move away. Yeah. Alright, so that's the 3, that's everybody's actions, right? Because I did move with the final one for Diana. So the good news is, Diana is now 1, 2, 3 away, or 1, 2, 3 away. So once again, we've split the monsters. And we're going to want to put this one here, and this one here. Oh, I guess instead Trish could have came back. That makes more sense, yeah. We'll move like this, and then that's the monster phase. We'll go to upkeep, discard a card at random. Instead, we're going to deny existence that, and we just ignore that aspect of it. And then since we did that, we get a money and draw a card, and we get a willpower back. As you can see, Diana is very effective at blocking the Tequila Lee cards, and they enable her a lot, so it's another reason why I keep putting the cards in her deck. It really keeps her very powerful. Alright, put a Doom on the agenda, 1 of 6, and encounter cards. Oh, and this goes away at the end of the round. Oh, alright, so hold on, this actually matters, regardless of what we just drew. Okay, all of these would have been discarded. This one is end of round as well. This is an actual bad guy who would be readied. This is a bad guy, this is the thing that stays, and this is a thing that stays. Alright, all of that's good. Shuffle, 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 and now we'll draw. So we went through the entire encounter deck, that's why I went back and fixed all that. Oh no, no way. Does that actually happen? Oh no, these guys gain victory 0. That's right, I remember it said that. It's over here on the act. So before I pull more, I'm just going to take them all out. So we pull... Yeah. You come out, and you come out, and you come out, and then you come out. 5 and 3 is 8. Yep, that's correct. Okay, one more time. From the top with Zeal. Of course, Ancient Evils, but this time, ha ha ha, I'm ready for your shenanigans. So I will lose a willpower, and I will replay Dark Insight and shuffle it back in. So, as you can see, Twilight Blade doing work. Draw over here. Agility test, we're +2. The penalty is damage, and we have plenty of damage to give. So we'll just test. And we pass. Beautiful. Alright, this monster has 3 health. So we're going to move 1, 2. Trish will move in, Diana will safeguard in, and this will be engaged with Trish, and then with our third action, we're going to evade at +5. So we'll make that test. We succeed, so it's evaded, and then we're going to just use our blade 3 times to attack. So we are +4, so pass, pass, pass. So it dies. Victory puts it into the display. And that's Diana's turn. That's Trish's turn. So upkeep. Oh, monsters first. It would be nice if that was just the end, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Nope. So he has to go here. And then 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2. So he needs to go there. All right. So then we're going to grab the upkeep. There's a shortcut. That's convenient. And an upkeep. Take the initiative. Also, not a problem. So we're going to do some interesting things next turn, and actually try to kill the other guy. So then, oh, and when he comes here, we each get to kill elite cards. So let's do that correctly. It's in player order, so that goes to Diana, and this goes to Trish. Shuffle, shuffle, and shuffle, shuffle. All right. Doom on the agenda. 2 of 6, and encounter cards. Alright, so moving here can be a problem, but I don't have anything that stops it, so I guess it's gonna happen. I don't know where my water protections are. That would be nice to see. Alright, and over here, test willpower. Okay, and the penalty here is horror, which is not great. We don't want that. So Diana's gonna give us +2, which gets me to +1, and we're gonna commit shortcut to be +2. We still fail by 1, and we're going to have to discard the top card, and if it's a weakness, we draw it. I love you, game, so much. And we take 2 horror as well, which is going to go on to... Oh, 1 will go on to Kata, and 1 will go on me. Alright, and now we draw the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. None of these work, because this is only on your turn. When you are dealt, yep, okay. And none of this happens. Alright, so draw the top card. Alright, well, we're not going to stay here, so that's not going to matter, although it will impact that test. Okay. Love you, game. Love you, game. Well, I was going to do some nifty things and try to move down with Diana, or move down with Trish, bring Diana along, take the initiative, etc., etc. But now I'm super worried that that Trish is gonna die because she only has 1 horror remaining, and I have no way to soak it or to block anything. So instead, we're just gonna play. Yeah, we're gonna play safer. We're gonna have Diana try to move down and take this test. So she's +1. She's gonna pass, of course. No, so she fails. So that test gets blocked. That move gets blocked, and then she's gonna play I've Had Worse, and then get a willpower, get a money, get 2 money from blocking the damage, and then draw a card, which is to lose 2 resources. So that's all fine. We are getting ever closer to this potential Azure Flame that could be there, maybe one day. But then we're gonna move again and grab our friend here, and then we're gonna punch him, which is successful for 1 big damage. Then Trish is going to move down. She needs to make the test. She gets 5 minus 2, so she is... Oh no, when this gets... Sorry, when Diana fails, it goes away. So Trish can just move down. She'll engage. Oop, didn't mean to flip it. She'll engage, and then she'll evade. She's +3. We'll go +6, and we succeed. Alright, so then we go to the monster phase. This goes here. Then we go to the upkeep. Okay, well that goes there. And that goes there. Alright, well. Okay, these happen simultaneously, so we get to choose, but we're going to resolve Diana's first. Oh, that's actually super helpful. That's probably the most helpful Tequila Elite card I've ever gotten. That's a huge help. Alright. So that happens, then the monster's ready. We'll throw that over here with Diana. And then at the end of the round, both of these go away as well. Alright, Doom in the agenda, 3 of 6, and encounter card. Staying here will deal damage to us, so we're not going to do that. And Ancient Evils, once again, cannot deal with it. For someone who's got 2 water protections in their deck, Diana seems very ill-equipped to finding them. Alright, well, we need to win, so we're going to try to attack the Glacial Phantasm. We're going to commit Guts to that, just to draw a card. We succeed, we'll grab a Deny Existence, and we'll draw a card. Of course, why wouldn't we draw that? We'll attack again. Of course we'll fail. And we'll attack again and succeed. So this goes to 3 now. Alright, so Trish is going to... I guess investigating doesn't do everything that I want it to do here, because we can't move up because there's no clues there. But it does evade that, so I guess we just do it, sure. Let's investigate the location. That's a success, so we grab the clue. We can't use our boots, but we can use this to automatically evade this. Then we'll move up and Diana will safeguard to follow. This will engage us, and then we will evade. And we will succeed. Alright, we go through the monster phase, then we go to upkeep. Go to upkeep. Gosh. These will ready, and this gets discarded. Doom on the agenda. I should have looked to see what this is actually. Maybe we go instead. Maybe we go this way and get out. What is it? The camp gains investigators at your location spend 4 clues as a group to resign. Ugh. Alright. Well, there's no way that we could kill this. So what if I went here and used my boots? Yeah, that just makes more sense. Like, there was no way. And then I have one more action, so I move up here, the one that I used to evade this guy. Oh, then I actually have another action after that. Yeah, because there's no way that we're going to do all this. Oh, let me think through it. What if Diana doesn't come? How does that work? Or what if Diana soaks the hit and we stay here? If that was the plan, then Trish could go first, and Trish could take the initiative. Alright, we'll do this instead. So Trish would have... Trish stays here. That's unplaying the whole last turn. What did I do? I did a lot of testing with Trish. I didn't know I was going to fail, so I guess that's probably why things are where they are. Right, I did what I did. Let's figure it out. 1, 2, 3. I don't have an action to click with. And there's no clues along the way to cheat with the hiking boots. But that wouldn't even give me an action. Can I just knock it out? Is that where we're at? I made terrible choices here, repeatedly. Okay. Alright, well, the Doom's on the agenda. We're adding counter cards. That must have missed my eye. That's still an Eidolon, so it's gone. Oh, there must be another one in there too then, because there's 10. Well, we don't have a thing to interact with that, so cool. Luckily there's nothing here. And then this one. Shelter value here is 2, so we're even. Does that help me? I think it might. Sure, so we'll test even. We fail, so we have to put clues down. So we put 2 clues on this location. Okay. Let's investigate the low... I mean, I guess we use this no matter what, because that doesn't matter. That's a fast. I can't think of a world where we can kill this. We can't get extra cards into Diana's hand, and we should, even if we could, we can't get, we could hit Spectral Razor? If we draw Spectral Razor, that's 3 damage. Even with 2 attacks, that's 5. And she has no cards that just draw her cards, so she'd have to block something. So she could do an attack of opportunity to play one of her other cards to use her ability. Oof. I mean, we're getting pretty thin. I think we just investigate the, yeah. Let's just investigate this location. We'll commit both perceptions and deduction. Red squid? Yeah, why not? Alright. Well, I guess we evade our friend here, spending the 2 money. And we pass. We will move down. Diana can safeguard with us. This is going to be engaged over here. Diana can use her blade. She'll kill this, which will go here. There should be another... Is there another monster in this discard pile? Is that what happened? No. Did I just... Oh, here it is. Okay. So that's action 1. Action 2 is to see how close... This is going to be the Azure Flame. No. No. Oh, that's actually pretty smart. So we'll put a damage on there and get rid of this. Alright, well, that's our turn. At the end, we test this. We fail, so that stays here. This happens. Upkeep. Upkeep. What is this one? Place a clue on your location. Okay. This is a pretty fortuitous Tequila Lee situation. Take a horror. We will block that. So we get a money. We lose that, and we lost another one before that we missed. Yeah, we're +6. Yeah, okay. Well, Doom on the agenda. Advance. Each investigator is defeated. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, no. Alright. Oh, man. Alright, well, I live my life. 1 physical trauma for Diana, and infinity and beyond. Yeah, the Obel curse continues. Yeah, I should have played to get out earlier. I definitely could have. I wasn't thinking about it. The 4 ancient evils getting through was pretty brutal. But on this turn here, when I moved up with Trish, if I had taken the clue and moved here, I could easily just get out that way. So I don't know. I'm gonna play like I didn't because that's what I did. But I really should have spent more time thinking about my turn. That's part of the playing quickly and playing by yourself. Sometimes you make mistakes. So that's all. Guess it's time to move on. So I will catch everyone tomorrow, and I will have a new investigator to play along with Diana. Well, let's go see what else happens. So we are defeated, so then we go to no resolution, right? So that's going to be up here in the book. I don't know why it's not showing me my current stream when I'm watching. It's so weird. But alright. Into the book. No resolution was reached. Each investigator was defeated. In your campaign, record the team barely escaped. We get the display. Plus 2 bonus experience because we got at least 1 sleeping nightmare. So the display is going to be... Oh. Okay, because it didn't have any, so 2. Okay. So we're going to get 2 experience. Clean up the game. We will not come back. Proceed to interlude 1. And I will deal with this tomorrow. Alright, so Takata's going to go over here. None of Trisha's cards matter anymore. Oh, actually, I have to take the Tequila Lee cards out of her deck then, because that's part of dying. You don't take them with you. Oh, hey, look, there's a shortcut that would have been useful. And then I have to check. I'm going to put them on the bottom for now. They might get shuffled in. And then, uh, wait, where's the other Azure Flame? Oh, did I discard it when I had to discard cards before? I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh no. Yeah. Oh man, what a brutal fail. The when I pulled the total this the tablet made me discard cards. Oh well, can't have them all.